You know that person who never posts anything? Maybe they're your friend. Maybe they're you. While everyone else is documenting their brunch, they're just eating it. And while you might think they're missing out, there's a chance they've figured out something the rest of us haven't. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you thought about posting but didn't? That hesitation. That's your brain doing a calculation. Will people like this? Does this make me look good enough? Is my life interesting enough for 300 followers I haven't spoken to in years? Here's the thing. Studies show that 30 to 40% of social media users are lurkers. People who scroll but never share. And research published in Frontiers in Psychology found something fascinating. When you combine the pressure to post with the fear of being judged, something breaks. The study found that social comparison, privacy concerns, and external pressure create exhaustion and anxiety. Translation. Your brain is protecting you by keeping you silent. Think about it. Social media is a performance. There's this sociologist, Irving Goffman, who talked about how we all wear masks to control how others see us. Social media didn't invent this. It just put that mask on a stage with a billion-person audience. Forever. One bad caption isn't just awkward. It's permanent. People who don't post. They're skipping the performance completely. And here's what's wild. Research shows that people who are more secure in themselves, who don't need external approval, often feel no need to post. Their self-esteem isn't tied to likes or comments. They're not antisocial. They're protecting their sense of control. They're saying, my confidence doesn't need to come from strangers on the internet. There's this psychology concept called self-determination theory. It says humans do best when they feel in control of their own choices without outside pressure. Social media is the exact opposite. It's a validation machine where your self-worth gets measured by reactions. Now here's the trap you don't see coming. Even when you know social media is fake, your brain still falls for it. You see someone's promotion, their engagement ring, their vacation, and even though you know it's staged, the damage is done. Your subconscious doesn't care if it's real or performed. It just sees, they have more than me. People who don't post avoid this constant comparison. Not because they're weak. Because they know the game is rigged. And there's another layer. People who avoid posting tend to have fewer friends but deeper relationships. They'd rather have 5 people who actually know what's happening in their life than 1,000 people who liked a photo. And research backs this up. Quality friendships predict happiness way better than quantity. 10 real conversations beat 1,000 reactions. But here's where it gets interesting. Not posting doesn't mean not caring. These people are often super observant. They notice the change in someone's posting frequency, the different tone in captions, the story that's slightly off. They're not checked out. They're paying close attention, just quietly. Psychologists talk about 2 types of self-awareness. Public self-consciousness is worrying about how others see you. Private self-consciousness is thinking about your own thoughts and values. People who don't post lean towards the second one. Instead of asking, how will this look, they ask, how does this feel? When you're not constantly managing your public image, you have mental space for actual self-reflection. For building an identity that doesn't need outside approval. And that creates something powerful, a sense of self that exists without an audience. Here's what people miss. Choosing not to post isn't hiding. It's power. It's saying, my private life is valuable enough that it doesn't need to be shared for others to consume. It's realizing that some experiences get worse when you perform them. That sunset's more beautiful when you're not photographing it. That achievement more satisfying when it's just yours. Researchers have found that people who rarely post often show higher levels of self-awareness and reflection. They're less affected by the emotional ups and downs of tying their worth to likes. They're playing a longer game. So here's what I want you to think about. What if the people who don't post aren't missing out? What if they're the ones who figured it out first? What if choosing privacy over posts, depth over followers, being present over performing isn't antisocial? It's the ultimate form of self-respect. Because at the end of the day, nobody on their deathbed wishes they'd posted more. But plenty of people wish they'd lived more. The quiet ones aren't hiding in the shadows. They're just living in the light where cameras can't reach. Hit the subscribe button to become a member.